In the previous of World War I series video, you learnt about India's role in World War I. Now, we will have a glance upon the aftermath of World War I. World War I changed the world in ways that nobody could have imagined. Here, we take a look at how the aftermath of World War I saw drastic political, cultural, economic, and social change across Eurasia, Africa, and even in areas outside those that weren't directly involved. As discussed in the previous videos, the four major empires collapsed due to the war, old countries were abolished, new ones were formed, boundaries were redrawn. Alongside, international organizations were established, as well as many new and old ideologies took a firm hold in people's minds. World War I also had the effect of bringing political transformation to most of the principal parties involved in the conflict, transforming them into electoral democracies by bringing near universal suffrage for the first time in history, as in Germany, 1919 German federal election, Great Britain, 1918 United Kingdom general election, and Turkey, 1923 Turkish general election. World War I and the treaties that brought it to a close end had a profound effect on the European continent. Post-war Europe was a very different place to the Europe that gave rise to war in 1914. The map of post-war Europe was radically redrawn. Borders were redefined and new countries formed, carved from the Russian and Austro-Hungarian empires. Some ethnic and nationalist groups, which had long dreamed of nationhood and self-government, were finally given the opportunity. In the years following World War I, there was spiraling hyperinflation of the German currency, Reichsmark, by 1923. The causes included the burdensome reparations imposed after World War I, coupled with the general inflationary period in Europe in the 1920s, another direct result of a materially catastrophic war. Germany was shocked to see the Treaty of Versailles and its strict terms. It was humiliating and many people wanted revenge. This hyperinflationary period, combined with the effects of the Great Depression, beginning in 1929, seriously undermined the stability of the German economy, wiping out the personal savings of the middle class and spurring massive unemployment. Economic chaos increased social unrest and destabilized the fragile Weimar Republic. Weimar Republic is the name given to the German government between the end of the imperial period, 1918, and the beginning of Nazi Germany, 1933. While the country was politically unstable and extremely poor, it was the perfect climate for Adolf Hitler, who led the Germans in World War II, to rise to power by telling the German people what they wanted to hear and making big promises to them. He cancelled all payments in 1933. His refusal was seen as an act of patriotism and courage in a nation that saw the reparations as a form of humiliation. Germany made no payments during Hitler's rule. He believed that the Jews and the Communists were responsible for the defeat of Germany. He therefore undertook a program to avenge the defeat, giving rise to World War II. After facing a huge loss of human lives in the Great War, followed by the breakdown of Russian Empire, World War I brought about many changes in Russia. The Bolshevik Revolution of 1917 were the two phases of a single revolution. Due to the prevailing widespread discontent, Alexander Kerensky, Prime Minister of the Provisional Government, in 1917 was overthrown by the Bolsheviks. After the fall of Kerensky government and Lenin was installed as leader of Russia, October Revolution, in the same year and declared Russia as a communist nation. Following in 1918, Tsar Nicholas II, his wife and their children were killed by the secret police of the Bolsheviks. The Bolshevik government introduced a policy of food requisition and peasant revolts broke out throughout Russia. In 1918, Lenin ordered the secret police to arrest and or kill the anarchists and signed a truce with Germany and accepts territorial losses. Lenin also nationalized the factories, collectivized the farms and outlawed the church. All these series of events erupted in civil war between the Red Army of the Bolsheviks and the Mensheviks, helped by Britain, Japan, USA. In 1919, the Comintern, or Third International, was founded in Moscow with the aim of spreading the revolution all over the world. The Civil War ended in 1921, with victory of Lenin. In 1922, the Soviet Union was created by uniting Russia, Ukraine, Belarus and Transcaucasus, Armenia, Georgia, Azerbaijan. 5 million people lost their lives during 2 years of famine. Moreover, the anti-religious campaign killed thousands of priests, monks and nuns in 1922. The Soviet Union adopted a constitution based on the dictatorship of the proletariat in 1924. Lenin died and was succeeded by Joseph Stalin. Stalin exercised greater political power than any other figure in history. In 1928, Stalin enacted the first 5-year plan for rapid industrialization of the Soviet Union. Following this, Stalin called for full collectivization and ordered the persecution of kulaks, rich farmers. Due to this act, many millions of peasants lost their lives while millions were deported to Arctic regions. The following few years saw a lot of bloodshed. 17,78,000 people were convicted of crimes in 1929. More than 20,000 people were sentenced to death in the Soviet Union in 1930. Millions of people died of famine, caused by forced collectivization, in Kazakhstan and Ukraine, 1932 to 1933. With the assassination of Stalin's main advisor, Sergei Kirov in 1934, Stalin began the Great Purge of the Communist Party. Thousands of communists were deported to gulags. 2.5 million Soviet citizens were arrested and 7 lakhs are executed over the next 3 years. In 1939, Stalin and Hitler signed a non-aggression pact including the partition of Poland, and assigned the Baltic states to the Soviet Union. Poland waged a difficult battle to balance the desires of Germany and the Soviet Union. The Nazi Germany invaded the Republic of Poland on September 1, 1939, which was followed by the attack by Soviet Union on September 17, 1939. This marked the beginning of World War II. Though victorious, France lost 1.5 million men in World War I and had 3.5 million wounded. After the war, France faced an increased death rate and falling birth rate. The workforce accordingly declined, and France never fully recovered during the interwar period. Steel production, a good indication of the status of heavy industry, was diminishing enormously, and both agriculture and industry fell into serious decline after the war. The value of the franc fell by about 50% during 1919, the first year of peace. To pay off bondholders, France was forced to borrow at extremely high short-term rates. Under Raymond Poincaré as Prime Minister between 1922 and 1924, the French Chamber of Deputies demanded full payment of reparations by Germany. When the Germans asked for a moratorium on payment, and subsequently defaulted on their reparations, Poincaré sent 40,000 troops to occupy the Ruhr in Germany. This action cost France considerable funding, and failed to force the Germans to pay, but rather led to the drafting of the Dawes Plan. Under this plan, annual payments of reparations were decreased. Later, Bloc National was replaced by Moderate Socialistic Coalition. After the onset of the Depression in the early 1930s, support for extremist groups began to expand. Huge support for both fascism and communism grew, climaxing in February 1934 with a series of riots and police confrontations resulting in a number of deaths and the barricading of the main square in Paris. The coming years held much turmoil for the French government, and in the elections of the spring of 1936, the radical leftist Popular Front emerged victorious, and a Jew, Leon Blum, became Prime Minister on June 3, 1936. Rightist government that ensued restored a degree of economic stability with a program that included an increase of armaments manufactures. France needed these armaments soon, since it was not long before France declared war on Germany, on September 3, 1939. Like the other warring nations, Italy had borrowed extensively to finance its war effort. In 1919, the Italian national debt was 6 times its pre-war level. The lira had depreciated to 1/3 its pre-war value. The democratically elected Chamber of Deputies, Italy's primary governing body, was unpaid, prone to corruption and bribery. Amid the chaos of the early interwar years, Benito Mussolini founded the fascist party, the Fascio di Combattimento, in March 1919. The fascist party, composed largely of war veterans, was anti-communist, and advocated the glorification of war, which they claimed displayed the nobility of the Italian soul. In 1922, the fascist leader Benito Mussolini formed government after 3 years of political and economic unrest, then established authoritarian system. Italy invaded Ethiopia in 1935. Following, Benito Mussolini forms an alliance with Nazi Germany in 1936. Mussolini was sympathetic to Adolf Hitler's desire to regain glory for Germany and Europe, and proved Hitler's most important ally. In 1939, Albania was annexed by Italy, and finally Italy entered the Second World War on German side in 1940. Italian forces occupy British Somaliland in East Africa. When the war ended for some countries in 1918 to 1919, it did not for Turkey. The First World War led straight into the Turkish War of Independence, 1919 to 1923, together with the secret wartime agreements between the British and the French to divide up the Ottoman territory amongst themselves. Aftermath of World War I prompted the establishment of the Turkish national movement under the leadership of Mustafa Kemal. This led to the Turkish War of Independence, which resulted in the establishment of the Republic of Turkey. In 1923, the Grand National Assembly declared Turkey as a republic and elected Kemal Atatürk as the president. Turkey became secular in 1928. The clause retaining Islam as state religion was removed from constitution. President Atatürk died in 1939 and was succeeded by İsmet İnönü. America resisted entering the war in Europe for 3 years but finally joined it on April 6, 1917. It rejected the membership of League of Nations in its aftermath. In 1920, the women were given the right to vote under the 19th Amendment. Nearly 1 million women were employed in jobs previously held by men. The sale and manufacture of alcoholic liquor outlawed. The Prohibition era saw a mushrooming of illegal drinking joints, home-produced alcohol and gangsterism. Congress gave indigenous people right to citizenship in 1924. In 1929 to 1933, more than 13 million people were unemployed after the Wall Street stock market crash of 1929 triggered the Great Depression. President Herbert Hoover rejected direct federal relief. The Great Depression of the 1930s was a severe economic problem which affected the whole world, and United States of America, USA, in particular. Great Economic Depression started in 1929 and lasted until the 1940s. In 1933, President Franklin D. Roosevelt launched New Deal recovery program which included major public works. Sale of alcohol resumed. The power of the federal government and particularly the president had greatly expanded during the war, which has carried on to this day. Volunteerism expanded in America. By 1939, isolationist sentiment in America had faded, and after the fall of France in 1940 to Nazi Germany, the United States began rearming itself and sent a large stream of money and military supplies to Britain, China and the Soviet Union. In the United Kingdom, the interwar period, 1918 to 1939, was a period of relative stability after the division of Ireland, though of economic stagnation. Great Depression affected Britain less economically and politically than other major nations. Although some areas suffered from severe long-term unemployment and hardship, especially mining districts and in Scotland and northwest England. The civilian death rate rose due to food shortages and Spanish flu, which hit the country in 1918. Military deaths are estimated to have exceeded 850,000. The empire reached its zenith at the conclusion of peace negotiations. In 1922, Britain granted independence to Egypt. Britain lost a lot of its territory in its fight with Southern Ireland to annex it. David Lloyd George lost Southern Ireland and therefore resigned in the same year. Great Britain gained Cyprus and Mesopotamia from Turkey in the Turkish independence in 1923. They gained land and created overseas markets to help the economy. In 1927, all women were allowed to vote, 21 years and above. This was the first time that there was a universal suffrage in the country and created an equal world for both men and women. After our economic disaster after World War I with high unemployment and coal and cotton market crashes, Great Britain experienced an economic recovery. Goods became cheaper again and workers went back to factories. This is important because this later helped Britain in World War II with funding and some money to support in the war. In 1935, Britain allowed Germany to increase their navy. In 1939, Germany was no longer following the limitations put on them by Great Britain. They wanted to strengthen their military to eventually become a powerful nation in World War II. Neville Chamberlain declared war on Germany over Poland on September 3, 1939. This became one of the factors that led to World War II because Germany was not following the Treaty of Versailles after World War I. It is not accurate to say that World War I was a cause of World War II. But it is accepted that the punishments put on Germany a result of the Treaty of Versailles after World War I, contributed to its causes. World War II began in 1939 and lasted until 1945.